Sponsored program paid for by Robin Gwaltney. Gwaltney Group. RE/MAX results. Welcome to Rochester Real Estate, featuring Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results and Andy Brownell. Here's Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk, 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Good morning. It's Andy Brownell, News Talk 1340 KROC AM and 96.9 FM. Joined on this Saturday morning again by Robin Gwaltney with Gwaltney Group RE/MAX results. Good morning, Robin.
Hey, good morning.
So, we're at a holiday weekend. I can't believe it's already Memorial Day weekend.
Is it? Well, the weather doesn't really feel so much like Memorial Day weekend, but
or maybe it does.
Well, at least it's not raining. Hey, we've had enough of that in the past few days, that's for sure.
My memories of Memorial Day weekend was it either started out cold and rainy and then got nice, or it started really nice and then got rainy and cold.
Yeah, you're right. Whenever you did get that rare, really nice weather all weekend long, it was definitely a sweet treat, because you're right. But my dad's birthday is June 12th, and he has always said summer doesn't start until after my birthday. So we have a couple weeks, and then it'll be summer.
Okay.
According to him.
Promises.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, it's a holiday weekend. I imagine that things quiet down for you.
And, in a normal, there is nothing normal about this real estate market, Andy, but in a normal real estate market, holiday weekends, things do tend to get pretty quiet. Memorial Day, 4th of July, in the summertime, I guess those are the big ones. In the wintertime, or in the fall, I guess Labor Day, and then Thanksgiving, Christmas. Typically, those weekends, people find better things to do than shop for houses. They travel, they get together with friends, they have cookouts. And I think this year, after people kind of missing out last year on a lot of those major holidays, they really want to get together with family. But I will tell you what, the ones that need to get a house, they are going to be house hunting this weekend. I have appointments at my listings, and then I have showings scheduled. So today I actually have a couple of showings that I'm going to be doing and a listing appointment. And as of right now, I don't have any work scheduled for tomorrow, which I could probably use that day to get some stuff done at home, but we'll see how that goes. And then Monday I have a couple of appointments, so I'll be working most of the weekend.
Oh my goodness.
That's okay. I've been kind of on the run. I had to scoot out to Arizona and see a friend. Then I came home, and then I took off and went to New York for a few days. So I'm back and I'm working. And when you're a realtor, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, really. If there's people that want to see things, then we show them. That's the way it goes.
Work to be done, it'll get done.
Then you get it done. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Are we still in this super red hot market? Are we still doing the multiple offers and all that nonsense?
So I had one listing that was on coming soon, and I think I had talked about it last week because it just became available for showings last Friday. And then we only did showings Friday, Saturday, and half of Sunday, and we called all offers due by 4 p.m. Sunday. Well, I was in New York. I was actually in New Jersey at a family cookout in the backyard, but working virtually, so that worked out well. We ended up getting 11 offers, and it sold. I can't say until it closes because it's not legal.
Okay.
But I will tell you that the house was listed for $549,900, and it sold for more than 10% above the asking price. So a lot of the offers were very similar, and I was very proud of our Abby because she actually wrote the winning offer, and she did something that in her 2 years of real estate she came up with that I've never done in my 20 years. So I learned from a team member. I was very impressed. Yeah. So what she did is she offered a very substantial earnest money, which was to be delivered directly to the seller instead of to the trust account. and directly to the seller to be cashed by the seller and to be deemed, of course, non-refundable. So if for any reason that these people wanted to back out because they paid so much more than the asking price, they were going to be losing $25,000, and the sellers knew that there were 10 other parties interested in their house, so they weren't feeling like they were taking a huge risk at all, and so they accepted the offer, and they were really excited about it.
Yeah, I can see why.
And she said, I said, Abby, how did you come up with that? And she said, actually, my buyers had been researching on the internet how to win in multiple offers, and they brought that idea to her. So there you go.
Okay,
It helped that her father had been, the buyer's father had been a realtor somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
So it must be something they were doing in another market.
So how does it normally work with Earnest Money?
Okay, so normally, the earnest money is exactly that you earnestly plan to move forward with this contract. And as long as you meet the conditions. Now, I will tell you that none of the offers, of 11 offers, none of them requested an inspection. None of them. Okay. And none of them had a property to sell. And the house is very new. It was built in 2018. And it's been very well maintained. And you can see that it was built well. You walk in and the basement's unfinished, and you can see the construction. And, it's a very nice house.
It's only 3 years old.
It sits on 2 acres. It's only 3 years old. Yeah. So in terms of a house, that's, like brand new. Anyway, what was I telling? Where was I going with this?
There was no inspection.
What were we talking about?
And
Yeah. So anyway, normally the earnest money would be held until all of, the inspection has been done, all the contingencies have been removed. Well, this started with no contingencies, no matter which offer we went with. Okay. Just financing alone. So some of them, we've talked over the past couple of weeks about guaranteeing the difference between the sale price and the appraised price, right? And so some of them do that. But then, if somebody says we guarantee the difference between the purchase price and the appraised price, but they're putting down they're putting down 10% when it comes to their down payment, and they're putting down a $5,000 earnest money or even a $20,000 earnest money, that earnest money sits in the trust account, and if the deal falls apart, it goes back to the buyer. Okay. So on the contract, there are 2 boxes. The first one says to be held in the trust, by the closing company, basically, or to be delivered to the seller. And traditionally, I've only ever seen using the delivered to the seller if that seller happens to be a builder, because it makes sense that the builder would then take that money to buy materials to start the project or to complete the basement or to add the deck or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I know that it's perfectly legal and fine to accept it to the seller. I just have never seen anybody do it that way. And then I just said if they're going to do it that way, it's going to have to be non-refundable because they're giving it to them to cash. And, they're not going to have the deal fall apart and say, oh, by the way, guys, you owe me $25,000 back. And she said, nope, they absolutely intended on it being non-refundable. So they feel very confident in their ability to follow through with the purchase agreement. And, of course, that gives a huge confidence to the seller as well.
Well, I bet it does, yeah. And I suppose
so there, I just may have taught you all a new trick.
And when there's no contingencies, the odds of it falling apart are minimal.
Yeah, the only thing would be financing.
Yeah.
So, somebody may offer, $610,000 and then the house might appraise for $590,000 and they might be saying, I don't really want to pay $20,000 more than it appraised, so I'm just backing out. Well, if you've already given somebody a $25,000 non-refundable earnest money, you're not going to do that. You're going to, you've already got the $25,000 down, right? So, yeah. Anyway, so it did.
Is the amount of earnest money in this case higher than what you would normally see as well?
I tell people that kind of the norm or the average is 1% of the sale price.
Okay.
And I will tell you that we had several of the people in this particular case offering $10,000 or $20,000 earnest money.
Okay,
but
so that's
again,
another
hers was
facet
the
of
only
this.
one. Yeah, oh, definitely. But hers was the only one that was to be delivered instantly to the sellers upon accepted purchase agreement, and to be cashed by the sellers, and to be non-refundable if the deal didn't go together.
This probably was one of those, shh, you shouldn't have told anybody.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, I'm trying to help people, right?
No,
I
I'm
want
just kidding.
people to win. It's hard to it's hard to lose and lose and lose. And not everybody's going to do that, because they're not going to feel comfortable saying, "Oh my gosh, really? I just have to hand them over $25,000, and then what if I lose my job and I can't buy this house, and now I'm out $25,000, or whatever it is." So most people aren't going to just jump on that, but these folks had other means, investments or whatever they had to back it up. So they felt comfortable, and they secured the house. So it worked.
Everybody was happy at the end of the day. Very good.
Correct.
We already have to take a break. Robin Gwaltney with Gwaltney Group-RE results with us, and we'll return in a moment on News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Throughout the pandemic, Town Square Media Rochester and Preston stood...
Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group-RE results, and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Welcome back. Andy Brownell and Robin Gwaltney Group-RE results. Are we seeing additional listings out there, Robin?
I have one new one that came on the market yesterday, and as of right now, it's not sold. Next week, I might have a different story for you. This one may or may not sell quickly. It's an awesome house. It's a really awesome house, but the sellers don't want to move out right away. They don't want to move until September. So if there's somebody who wants a really nice house in Eota and isn't in a big hurry to move, I also want people to understand that, like, let's say you're locked in at your rate and you really want to, well, I mean, you're not locked in until you have a purchase agreement, but you know what your rate is and you really want to get locked in at that rate, and you don't want to miss it. There is always the option of closing and then renting back to the sellers. And a lot of people don't know about that option. And it works really well, because then the buyer can say, "Oh, this is awesome. The rates today are 5.75. I want to lock," and get that rate, and then close in 30 days. And then they can pay me rent for July, August, and middle of September, or whenever they're moving out, and then I could move in. So there are, lots of ways to get creative so that we can create win-wins for buyers and sellers. I just recently had a listing that was going to be coming on the market, but before I put it on the market, I had a buyer call me telling me that they had been referred to me by a friend of theirs, and they told me what they wanted to buy, and I'm like, I might just have the perfect match for you. And it was another one of those cases where the sellers weren't going to move away until this fall. So we worked it out that we went ahead and closed on it yesterday, and the sellers are just going to continue to rent back from the buyers until they have to leave, and then the buyers will put their other house on the market and move in then. So it works out. It's really nice. So sometimes people think it's going to be super stressful, and then it can turn out to be smooth as silk.
The interest rate lock part of it, what is, if you have the purchase agreement and how long does that lock usually last?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's typically like 60 days, I think. And don't quote me, but I know it doesn't go on and on and on forever, So it's like they'll lock the rate, but depending on what the rate is, what the actual loan program is, who the lender is, they all vary just a bit. But typically they're not going to say, well, we'll lock you and then we'll just hold it there until September, because that's a huge risk for the bank. By September, it could have gone up a lot.
So it probably depends on the market conditions at the time.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably does. Yeah, it probably does. But I do want to tell you about this house before I forget to, okay? Because I would love to show it and I would love to sell it. We've had it on the market for a few days as a coming soon, so we've got some showing scheduled already. But it is out in Iota. My husband always says it sounds like I'm saying Yoda, like the guy from, Star Wars or whatever it is. Yeah. So it's 1006 Bush Court Southwest, Iota, Minnesota. And anyway, it is listed at $429,900. It's a very large split. The house was built in 2003. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. It has just about 2,700 square feet finished. Okay. And it has a very nice lot. I think the lot is something like just under a half acre, maybe 0.4, something like that. And it backs up to a park. So it seems like it's a big yard. And then it has a fire pit, and it's on a nice cul-de-sac. And it's super, super cute. Really nicely designed and decorated, and nice color choices, all those things. So again, that one is available to officially go in and see now, and it has been since yesterday. So if you're looking for a nice home out there in Iota, give me a holler and I'll be happy to show it to you.
Okay. I'm just trying to think different ways through the idea that's in September, but in essence, I would be purchasing the home now. Mm-hmm. And then we would come up with a rental agreement for the months remaining before the folks move out.
Well, that can work. Or you can simply say, all right, you know what, I'm in a month-to-month apartment, or that's perfect for me. The house we're renting, we have to be out by the end of September. So this is perfect timing. I mean, it's just going to appeal to a different buyer than the person who needs to be in 30 days. If you're looking for a place because you've got to be into your new place in the next 30 to 45 days, this isn't going to be the house for you because the seller's not going to be out yet. But if you wanted to close so that you do get locked in at a great rate and rent back, that's certainly an option. That's
one of the facets, right? I'm just thinking in terms of maybe I'm not quite ready and I need to save up some more money for the down payment. This gives me a month or two extra.
It does.
To do what I need to do.
Yep.
And still
or this one's available now, so that by the time it's time to enroll the kids in school, you have an address to do that, all those things. There's lots of different things that come into play. So this is going to be the perfect find for somebody.
Well, this is the kind of thing where your experience and knowledge really helps out, where you can sit down with somebody who's considering this and talk about all the different scenarios that come into play.
Because a lot of times people just don't know, where do I even start? How is this going to work out?
Right. Just the
logistics of it,
right away.
Well, when this particular couple called me to come for the listing appointment, I think it's been probably a month and a half ago already. But they're very big planners. They're very good planners, okay? And they're building a house out of town, over by, I just love the area over in Old Frontenac. It's so gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
And so trying to time when your house is going to be done in this market, builders don't know. They don't know what to tell you.
Right. The supply line is weird.
No, they don't know. They don't even know when they can get the materials they need to build it. They don't know when the carpet's going to come. They don't know how long it's going to take for the windows to come. They don't know how long. They have such little control over so much now, and I think it makes their job extra stressful.
So these folks are planning ahead the way you should plan ahead.
And they know that it'll be ready by then. And so if it's ready sooner, that's fine. They'll be fine with that as well. But then there's another level of, complication, and that is that this particular seller works from her home. She does an in-home daycare, so she wanted to give all of her families plenty of notice so that nobody's scrambling for a replacement. So we just had to kind of build that roadmap from the first meeting to when do we do pictures, when do we put it out there as a coming soon, when do we actually go live, when do we anticipate an offer, when will the closing date be, how will that line up with the completion of the new construction. But for the people who haven't done it, it seems overwhelming and just too much. But for me, it's what I do. I mean, this is what I do. So
You've told me in the past,
it's pretty easy.
When we've talked about this, that you hear from folks who they could be a year away from actually selling.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
having a conversation now is worthwhile because you
absolutely
can start planning, as you said.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Okay. Well, Robin, we have to take another break already. Back in just a moment with Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group Remax Results, News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
We'll be right back with Robin Gwaltney and Andy Brownell on Rochester Real Estate. This is News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS,
Rochester Real Estate with Robin Gwaltney from Gwaltney Group Remax Results and Andy Brownell on Rochester's News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9 FM.
Welcome back, everybody. Good morning. Robin Gwaltney, Gwaltney Group Remax Results with us. And during the break, we were chatting about despite how overheated or hot the market is here, we have it pretty good still.
Exactly. So I'm actually going to read it verbatim because I don't want to mess this up. But in this article titled, How High Above Ask Must Buyers Go? And this article literally came out on May 26th, so it's very, very recent. In Marin County, California, a recent listing for a 1,305 square foot home. Now think about this.
A modest home.
I have sold houses with garages, 1,300 square feet. Now it's a big garage, but it's a small home. 1,305 square foot home with one bathroom sparked an intense bidding war. The home was listed for $1,298,000. Okay?
That's crazy right there.
The real estate pro set a deadline for accepting offers and received, drumroll, 18 offers. 18 offers, okay. The home sold for $2.57, so $2,057,000.
Oh my gosh.
58% over asking price. $2,057,000 for 1,305 square feet with one bathroom. It goes on to say that this Liz McCarthy, the seller's agent for the property, told Mercury News, the people who wrote this article, that she had also listed a 107-year-old home located in a flood zone that fetched nearly 45% over the list price after 147 showings in just 7 days on the market.
Oh my gosh.
It is crazy. So first of all, let me start by saying, if you want to spend $2 million on a home, do not go to Marin County, California and buy yourself a 1,305 square foot house. I've got a dandy right here in Rochester with many acres and a lot of square feet. I talked about it last week. It's my beautiful listing out on 60th. And I still have that awesome one that sits right on the riverbank in Wabasha. And that one, you'd still have money left over. So, I can help you spend that $2 million much more wisely, for sure.
Can you imagine? We spoke last week about buyer's remorse among these millennials.
Oh,
Can you imagine you're taking a picture of that home in Wabasha and all the
and sending it to these people who just spent $2 million for 1,305 square feet with one bathroom?
This is what you.
I mean, we have it good, people. We actually have it really good.
Oh my goodness.
But I think that really the truth is, we've always been slow to follow the East Coast and the West Coast. And we've always said, geez, things are so affordable here. Look at what it's like to live on the East Coast or the West Coast. Well, we're starting to get a taste of it, right? We're starting to get a feel of just what it is like. No more how much can we get the seller to come down in price. Now it's how much higher do we have to go to win. It's a concept, no doubt about it.
So Marin County, that's right in the techno area, right? That's
I have no idea. Is it? Okay.
I think it is.
All right.
I'm just trying to think of what kind of income these people have.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Well, and we probably lag a little bit behind in that as well, but that's okay. We can still get more for our money, darn it.
Yeah, I'm very happy to lag behind the coast when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yes, I agree with you.
It wasn't that long ago. I
agree.
was in San Diego, and I was looking at the houses that were selling for $3 million in San Diego. But at $3 million, you were pretty close to the ocean at that point.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now those same houses are probably, what, 15, 20 million? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I saw an article about a house that just recently sold up on Lake Minnetonka. Did you see that? The most expensive house. It was the most expensive house that's ever sold in Minnesota, and it's like on a private island on Lake Minnetonka. It was quite a dandy. I'll have to get the information.
There are
talk
some
about it next week.
crazy houses along that lake.
Yeah, there sure are.
In those areas, yeah.
Yes, there are. Well, we've got some darn beautiful homes right here in Rochester, and more just, big, beautiful, gorgeous homes. So it's nice. It's nice to see our community continue to grow. But as I say all the time, I'll be really excited when we have more affordable housing because there's a lot of people who, as much as they would love to live in those great big fancy houses, it's not a reality. So, there's such a huge need for affordable housing. And I know that we have, good programs in place like First Homes and different things that are helping people attain some affordable housing, and I'm proud of that and happy about that.
Yeah, and when you think of the issue here, it seems difficult. In Marin County, it's probably insurmountable.
Impossible. Yeah, absolutely.
We still have a chance to catch up at least here.
Correct.
And do something about it, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is right.
Well, goodness, we're kind of out of time already, but...
That's okay. I have other work to do. I got to get to a listing appointment.
Well, before we go, we got to mention it's Memorial Day weekend, and while the parties are going on and the picnics and everything else, I hope everybody takes time to spend a little bit of thought, at least, on those who made the ultimate sacrifice for us.
Absolutely. I got my poppy this morning at the Quick Trip, so I'm always proud to wear it. Proud to be an American, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So I guess we better throw out... I know you're already busy for the weekend, but...
That's okay. I'll make time. Give me a call on my cell phone if you need me. Whether you have a question about anything you heard on the show today, or there's something that you would like to look at, or if you want to talk about selling, just call me if you need me. And my cell phone number is 507-259-4926. And happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody.
All right. Thanks a lot, Robin. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great, Andy.
All right. Robin Gwaltney with Gwaltney Group-RE Results. News Talk 1340, KROC AM and 96.9.
Mayo Clinic Radio.